Well, hello there and welcome to the channel, and in this video we are going to be showing you how to grow potatoes in containers. Now on the camera we have the lovely Lorna, my wife. Say hello.
Hello.
And she will be interrupting and causing me probably some issues
giving you grief
during this film. We come a bit closer. Right, so
lovely.
first of all, you're going to need to get yourself some seed potatoes.
Hey. Look at those.
And you might be thinking, Simon, why are you buying seed potatoes? Why not just use the potatoes in the shop? Well, I will tell you, the potatoes in the shop are usually sprayed with a retardant to stop it from producing these eyes.
Yes.
So that is one issue you're going to have. And these ones are disease-free.
Yes.
Supposedly. Where do we get our disease-free potatoes from this country? Where are they grown? Do you know?
No.
No. Scotland.
Oh, aye.
because of their cold winters, it tends to kill off a lot of the issues that you have. So there you go.
Okay, so
that's why we use
Scottish
seed potatoes. Yeah.
And which variety are these?
Do you know what? I've forgotten. I've totally forgotten.
Oh, mate, we'll put it down below.
The reason why I've forgotten them is because we have been chitting them. Right, so these have been sat in here for about a month now.
So,
which means that
they're chitted quite slowly, haven't
very,
they?
very slowly.
They really aren't pulling their weight, are they?
They're not.
No.
So for about 3-4 weeks we've had these in this little trays, in light, in the warmth, in order to encourage these new shoots.
Grows.
The point of chitting is this. Now potatoes are a subtropical plant. And what country are they from, Lorna?
America.
They are. They're actually right. They are from South America, originally from Peru / Bolivia. And because of that, they have a much longer growing season than we have here in the UK. So the whole point of chitting is to get them all vigorous and growy and ready to put out a load of foliage as soon as our season starts, so you can make the most of the very short period of summer that we have, and that's why we chit them, to get them going, to get the metabolism up, start producing shoots and therefore root. Ooh, a little bit of root going on there.
Oh, you sounded excited, didn't you?
But considering how long I've been chitting these, to get that pronounced right, I'm surprised at how poor they are. But I can't wait forever. Time is marching on. So what we're going to do, we're going to put them in this big pot here. And there's benefits to growing them in containers. Firstly, if you don't have a garden with soil in it, if you just have a small courtyard, then this means you can still grow potatoes on your own land. Also, because the pot is above ground rather than potatoes being under the ground, you have a warmer root system, so they take away quicker, and you can get a surprisingly good crop with these. So to start with,
can I say the best advantage of having them in a pot? When you go to harvest them, you just tip them out, so you're not putting your fork through them all every time you try and dig them up. I do that, and I pull the fork out, and there's at least a potato on every single prong, and it's really annoying. But this, you can just tip it out. You can put the soil then back on the border really easily. Your potato harvest is so much easier, and that is, to me, is the biggest advantage.
That's a fair point. No, absolutely right. Right, okay, so big pot, big holes here. If I just put compost and farm manure and what have you in this and watered it, then what you'll get is the water drawing the soil out the bottom of the pot. You have dirty soil marks on your patio. So to start with, I'm going to put a layer of grab on the bottom. And what that does is effectively hold back the soil, so it's more water that comes out rather than soil and the water. So good for drainage. Now potatoes are vigorous plants, so they need plenty of nutrition. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make up a mix of compost and farmyard manure, and I'm going to plant my potatoes in that. So let's get on with that.
Okay.
has just reminded me. Hot weather, if it gets too hot, you can have issues with tip burn with potatoes. And tip burn is caused when you have a lack of calcium in the leaves. So a little tip I'm going to do is this. Eggshells. High in calcium.
Okay.
I'm going to mix that in there as well.
Okay.
Now, where we live, we have hard water, which means there's a lot of calcium in the water. So we here don't really need to do this, but if you live in an area that has soft water, then this is a consideration.
That's great.
And you know the best part of it? It's free.
You love free, don't you? I was going to say you get to eat lots of omelettes, but
Lots of omelettes.
yeah.
Right.
There you go. Look at that.
Okay, so
Right,
we'll
mix you
put
around.
a bit of speed on this part because it takes a bit of time to mix it all around. Right, can I just say, you can't just plant it directly into blended farm manure because it's far too rich and that will damage the root system. So you must mix up the manure with either sterilised soil or a good quality compost.
Looking good.
Right. Now you might say, Simon, you haven't made up enough compost to go in that pot. And well, there's a reason for that, because I'm not going to fill up the pot at this point. Right, okay. I know I'm stating lining the obvious, but they go that way up. The way up that I've chitted them, that's the way up they stay. So you've got the shoots at the top and you've got the little roots coming at the bottom. So,
Okay.
let's put those in there. I'm just going to go in. Now, I'm sure somewhere there is a little bit of information saying plant your potatoes this far apart.
Yes.
I'm going to plant them all because what's the point of leaving?
I find out when you plant tulips or in the pot, just plant them to make
Plant
the
them
pot to the space of the pot.
Don't
They're not in
worry
the
about
ground.
it.
Don't worry about it.
You're wasting time.
As long as they're not touching.
Now, if you're... Oh, really? You can see the
Look at
roots.
that.
Yeah, you
Hang
can
on,
see the
let's look.
roots.
Oh, we got excited then, didn't we?
Yeah.
Mistake of our marriage.
Roots
Look at
and
that.
shoots.
Ooh. Aw. They're making me hungry just looking at them.
Right. So we're planting them shallowly. There's two reasons for that.
Amazing.
Firstly, helps keep the, if you've only got a small amount of soil, that soil will be warmer.
Yes.
Just going to put a bit on top there.
There you go.
Might just use it all.
Put them to bed.
Right, now,
Right.
so we would water this in, and then I'm going to put this into the greenhouse so that the whole thing warms up. And the reason why I like, I'm using a big black pot is because the black will absorb the heat, and then that will heat up the soil, so the soil is warm, so it will root quickly and it'll be far happier. Yeah. And what we're going to do from here is backfill it in layers over time. Now, when it starts putting out its roots and producing the new tubers, those tubers are often at the surface of the soil. And if the tubers are at the surface of the soil and exposed to light, they will start to go green. And within that green pigments, there is a chemical called solanine, which is a toxin. So we don't want that. So firstly, by putting more soil on over time in layers, those surface dwelling tubers will then be covered, won't go green, so it won't be toxic. And also because a potato plant will produce advantageous roots on the stem, as you go up, backfill it with soil, more roots will come out, form more potatoes.
More potatoes.
They'll be at the surface, put more soil on
Yeah.
top, plant grows through, advantageous roots, more potatoes. So, layers, like an onion.
Or a potato.
Or a potato. Lorna, do you have any questions for me?
How many potatoes will I get from this crop?
You're going to get some potatoes, maybe even a sack worth. I'm not going to say how big the sack is beforehand.
Oh, I love it. I can't wait. And so when will my potato harvest be ready? I suppose not knowing what variety they are, I assume are they mid or late potatoes?
These ones will be early.
Okay, I don't know. I
And
got that
without
wrong,
actually
didn't
looking it up, because I haven't,
I? No.
you're probably going to be looking at a harvest. Where are we? We are middle of March, June, July time,
Ooh.
possibly.
Will that tie in with the asparagus harvest?
The asparagus harvest will be in the next 4 to 6 weeks.
Ooh.
But there's
Amazing.
a third benefit from growing it like this, which means you'll get an earlier crop, and that is you'll hopefully avoid the dreaded top thrower infestans, otherwise
Yes.
known as Lorna.
Sorry, fly.
Yes.
Bot fly. Sorry, I'm shaking your head.
Late potato blight.
Yes, that
Thing.
that
right.
thing.
Which you may well know, was the cause of the
Potato famine.
Irish potato famine from 1845 to 1852. Terrible years.
Yes.
But that was a problem until they invented copper fungicide, and then that sort of helped to combat that to a certain extent. Nowadays you can buy blight resistant
I
varieties.
could say you can, yeah.
Yeah, which I believe this one is, if I
Yeah,
could
disease
actually remember
resistant.
which
Like
one
a
it is.
mystery.
Yeah.
Does both.
Which is the same problem that you get on tomatoes, because tomatoes are Solanum
Yeah.
lycopersicum,
Yes.
and potatoes are Solanum.
Are they related to
Tuberosum.
belladonna? All these aren't they the same
They
family?
are
So
belladonna.
poisonous. So that shows how poisonous they are. So
I've only got glycoalkaloids in the
Yes.
foliage
Don't
and
we all?
stems. It's all up here. It is literally
It's amazing.
all up here.
It is amazing.
So you've got solanine and glycoalkaloids
yeah.
to worry about with potatoes, and daily nitrates. So you can only eat the tubers. You cannot
Yeah,
eat the
yeah.
the
Cook
stems
'em.
and the leaves.
Don't eat them green,
Good, don't eat them green.
and don't muck around with it. Don't stick them in your eyes. Right.
So that is pretty much it. I believe that is all the information that I have, apart from the fact that who brought potatoes over to Europe?
So Walter Riley.
Spanish in the mid 16th century.
I was only trying to recall Blackadder. The episode called Potato.
After they defeated or whatever they did to the Incas, they then brought over the potatoes. It's kind of all my potato fact out.
What factoids?
So there you go. Anyway, so layers, chitting, keep it in the warm. Do not have it anywhere in the frost, because a ground penetrating frost will ruin your crop, because at the end of the day it is a tropical subtropical plant. Anyway,
Fabulous.
thank you for watching. And if you've got anything you'd like to add that in the comments. We would love to hear from you. Anyway, see you in the next video. Goodbye.